Oh, hey guys, it's Wyndham. It's been a little while. So I figured that I would make kind of a quick video to let you guys know, I guess, kind of what's been going on with me and Octo. Don't worry, it's nothing too terrible. But just kind of an update. The thing is I rang in 2020 really wanting to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. That was a goal of mine. That was something that I was really excited about. I was really excited to just kind of push for it. And the thing is Octo and I have had some weird health issues the last few months, and really for me it's kind of been like the past year. I feel like I've just constantly been sick. I figured I'd kind of let you guys in on that, just because from my understanding and my perspective, I always feel like when people are very honest with what they're dealing with in a certain season, it just kind of makes it easier to feel like you're not alone. It just kind of makes it seem like, you know, we're all in this. Anyway, enjoy my Netflix screen in the background. I like having the screen on. I feel like it kind of brings up brightness. Notice I'm sitting in a different corner right now. Right before I started filming, I discovered I had a pile of dirty sheets from being sick that were sitting waiting to be washed. And I discovered that the cat had peed in it multiple times in the last few days. And so, yeah, so that's moved into my usual place where I sit. And so anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy this random look at this beautiful thing that my sister made for me, and just kind of my little corner. So anyway, so about what's been going on with me this past year. So I got married, I'm trying to think, we got married in 2018 around September. And around October, we noticed that I started having some weird, just kind of health issues. For probably like the first 6 or 7 months of our marriage, I was dealing with UTIs. I was dealing with urinary tract infections, and I was dealing with them like back to back. Like, I'd get a urinary tract infection, I would go to a doctor, I'd put on an antibiotic, I'd stay on the antibiotic for 10 days, and everything would be fine, and then all of a sudden I'd get hit with one again. And for a large majority of women, that's actually considered quite normal. And so I kept talking to my doctors, and notice also I didn't have a specific doctor at the time because we were in between health insurance. And if you watch these and you're in Europe, you probably don't understand that. But we have in America, if you're kind of in between health insurance or you want to be seen quickly, we have things called urgent care, kind of emergency clinics. You can go in, you can get a quick antibiotic, you can go in, you can get seen for colds. If they develop into an infection, you can be seen for things like flu shots, etc. So I kept going to this free clinic just to get an antibiotic, and it was again and again and again. And every time I got seen by, of course, you know, male doctors a lot of the time, and they don't always know what's up or what it's like with human experiences. You know, like they're knowledgeable, but they didn't necessarily know what I was going through. And they just kept putting me on an antibiotic, and they kept sending off urine tests for cultures, and I would get all these calls saying, oh, your urine culture came back negative. And then they would just be like, okay, thank you, have a great day. And I would have no idea what that meant. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't know that your urine culture came back negative is actually a sign for we can't find any bacteria in your urine. You don't have an infection. That's what that means. I didn't know. I was a pre-med major. I am not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor, to know anything about that kind of stuff. And I just kept being confused, basically, kind of about what was going on. And my dog is like wanting my attention so bad. She's like down here, like trying to jump up here. So she gets anxious. So I kept seeing doctor after doctor after doctor, hearing your urine culture, urine culture, urine culture. And so I was basically back to back on an antibiotic for like 7 months, okay? And it was in between that time, you know, I also got a new job. We got new health insurance that kicked in. And so finally I was able to make an appointment with a gynecologist. And because I was like, there's something going on with me. There's something going on with my health. Something's up. And let me tell you, basically what they tell you when you have a UTI, basically what they say is wear cotton underwear. They say take cranberry pills, drink cranberry juice, and they say basically take a shower and wash yourself after you sleep with your spouse. That's basically all the information that they give you, because there's really no real reason or knowledge why women get so many UTIs or why you would have so many UTIs close together. It's kind of still this like phenomenon that we still don't really know about. It's kind of this like, first of all, we don't really talk about it. Women don't talk about their health. They don't talk about this kind of thing. It's very private, you know, because it kind of involves your sexual health. And they really don't talk about being sick or feeling bad like that. And a lot of times it's kind of hush hush, or you're kind of embarrassed about it. And all these doctors were like, oh, it's because you just got married, and you know, like we call it the honeymoon disease. And it wasn't ever coming up that, you know, have you had a urine culture? Did it come back? What did it say? You know, what habits are you? So I was on everything. I was on probiotics. I was on, which I mean are good for you to take anyway. I was taking a daily cranberry pill. I was just downing cranberry juice all the time. I was just on antibiotics constantly, and switching up all the antibiotics, I was having all these weird adverse effects. I had an allergic reaction to Bactrim, and it was making all of my joints swell and all of my joints in pain. You know, I was having stomach problems because of switching to a new antibiotic, so I was running back and forth to the bathroom. I had to work from home a lot more because I couldn't be in an office because I had all these constant UTIs. And can you imagine being in an office where we had one bathroom, I had a bunch of male coworkers, and I was running back and forth to the one bathroom to go all day long with my UTIs. And it was just, it was kind of ridiculous. So finally one day, one doctor that I saw at this clinic before I switched over to my gyno, I had an appointment in 2 weeks, and I just wanted to get on antibiotics. I was so uncomfortable. She asked me about a urine culture. She said, I want to send away your urine for a urine culture. And I, of course, made the comment, finally I spoke up for myself, and I said, they've done urine cultures here for me, and they keep coming back negative. And she was like, negative? Okay, well, you might not even have a urinary tract infection. She said, you might have painful bladder syndrome. For 7 months, I had been so frustrated and feeling like, what's wrong with my body? This is so frustrating. I'm newly married. I'm constantly in pain, and I'm dealing with all these issues. And it turns out I didn't even have an infection. And so finally, whenever I went to go speak with my new gyno, she said, let's run blood work. She said, we're gonna do blood work. And she goes, and this is what I want you to do. She said, I want you to cut out all of these foods for now, and I want you to be on an alkaline diet. She goes, because you don't need anything high in acid, which, guess what? Cranberry tablets and cranberry juice are highly acidic foods. And she was just kind of like, we're gonna put you on those. We're gonna put you on an alkaline diet. You know, you can only have certain types of grains, certain types of cheeses, certain types of fruits and vegetables. And she said, you're gonna be on this diet for a few weeks. And she said, we'll see if your symptoms subside. And, you know, and also I want to do blood work. And come to find out this also. So along with having all of these UTIs, which, if you don't know the symptoms of UTI, not only do you have a burning sensation when you pee, basically, also you feel like you have to go to the bathroom all the time. You're uncomfortable all the time. I was also having ridiculous cramps, like ridiculous stomach cramps, where I was so confused. It didn't match up with my cycle. And then I was scared I had Crohn's disease. I was scared. I was just constantly cramping in my stomach, and I just had pelvic pain. Turns out that painful bladder syndrome a lot of times goes hand in hand with polycystic ovarian syndrome and endometriosis. And of course, nobody told me this. I didn't know that these diseases existed. I didn't know what was up. And anyway, so she does my blood work. I switch onto this new diet. Come to find out, she calls me a few days later and she goes, "You're slightly polycystic." She said, "I don't think that you have endometriosis, but just so you guys know, there's no way to really get, what's the word? They can't officially tell you that you have endometriosis unless they basically go in and do surgery and visibly see it. You can kind of say that you think that's what's going on with someone, but you can't really officially get a diagnosis until you've undergone surgery a lot of the time." And so she said, "I don't think you have endometriosis, but you do test positive for being slightly polycystic." So all of a sudden I had these answers. All of a sudden I had these answers that I had painful bladder syndrome, which basically means it's like your body almost attacking itself. It's your bladder attacking itself a lot of times because you're under stress. And of course I was under stress. I'd had all these big life changes. You know, I was married, so now I'm living with a boy. You know, I'd moved to a new city, which means that I was at the office more, my job. I had a new pet. Just anything that you can think of. I had all of these crazy things happening all at once. So finally I had a diagnosis, painful bladder syndrome. Finally I was told I'm slightly polycystic, which explains your pelvic pain. It explains the cramps. It explains mood swings. Everything that had kind of been happening with me was kind of explained between those two things. So if you're wondering why ever since I got married I haven't posted very much, I've been a little sick. I've been a little, you know, kind of dealing with other stuff. And some people kind of know what's been going on a little bit, but not everybody. But so then things finally started looking up and getting better. And we kind of were planning a bunch of trips and doing a lot of things. And then Thanksgiving happened. And what happens at Thanksgiving? Every year I get a cold at Thanksgiving, always. It's because there's so many kids and germs and just the cold weather and travel. My body just does not like traveling. I always get sick every time I travel, especially if it's the first time I've traveled in a bit. And because of my work schedule, I hadn't traveled very much. And so I got sick. I gave Octo my cold, and it was a horrible cold. Like, I was sick for 3 weeks. Like, I missed a whole lot of work. I took a ton of afternoons off because I just had to go home and sleep. I got a shot in my butt. You know, I got seen by the doctor. I got all kinds of just, oh man, I was just so sick and I lost my voice. That was in November. Then Octo got it. Then over Christmas, not only did Octo have my cold, he also came down with mono. Okay. Now you can get mono from a bunch of different sources. His mono most likely came from me because I've actually had now 3 people that I've dated that have gotten mono and I've never gotten it. So we're wondering if all the stress from me being sick in November kind of made my mono active again. So he got mono. He had to get a shot in his butt to kind of help him feel better because his mono turned into strep. And then after that, he's finally starting to feel better. He's able to go back to work. And then, I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I just got sick again. And I've been sick for 2 weeks. So I've been sick, and now Octo's coming down with sickness. And so there's just been a lot going on here. But anyway, so just letting you guys know, you know, I'm back. I'm here. I've been wanting to be here. I've been wanting to kind of post more and discuss more. And I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited to kind of be back. I'm really excited to kind of get back in the habit of doing this. Posting videos for you guys. You know, my Discord activity has really picked up because I finally broke down and got Discord on my phone. Yeah, I didn't have Discord on my phone for the longest time. But so yeah, I finally got Discord on my phone. And so Discord activities picked up. We would love for you guys to be active in the Discord. We'd love to have more mods. We'd love to have more suggestions of different types of videos and discussions. Now, I haven't been gaming as much just because with me just being so sick and working all the time, it just, it hasn't worked out for me to play a lot of games, and you know, to be fair, all the gaming setup is kind of up in Octo's office anyway, but he streams. He finally started streaming again last week, but then he got sick, so he probably won't stream this week. But so a lot of the time he streams on Wednesdays, and you can see his channel. I think everything is in our Discord, so you can find us. But anyway, guys, you know, thanks for listening. Just, oh, I think he's actually coming downstairs. He was coming downstairs to eat. But anyway, guys, just, hey, I'm recording a video. I'm almost done.
What?
I'm doing my outro. Give me a sec. I recorded a video. But anyway, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient. And anyway, so there should be more to come, and I'm really excited. All right.